Might start the whole thing again. Jeez. No, we're fine. This is Doug Lindsay with Autofocus Cars and Vids, and today we're going to talk about watches, specifically Porsche watches. Did you know that Porsche made watches? Because in fact, they make two things. They make watches that cost several $100s and timepieces that cost several $1,000s. Now, I'm not much of a watch guy, so I can't tell you the difference, but I can tell you about the watch that I bought. This is a Porsche 917 Salzburg 23. That's the name of the watch. And it was created in honor or to commemorate the Porsche 917. But for me, it commemorates the best purchasing decision I ever made, which was to buy my 2014 agate gray Porsche Boxster S. So let's start with the unboxing. This is a unboxing reenactment, and why it's a reenactment will become abundantly clear as I lay out the story. But so let's start. This is how the box came. I ordered it from RS Selection, which is a company in Europe. They shipped it from France. Voila. Now we have the inside. Go from there. The Porsche box. You slide the plastic sleeve off, revealing a lovely, well-done cardboard box. Open it up, and inside is the watch. There's a card, instructions, but this is the guarantee, and then the watch itself. Now, the Porsche 917 was a sports prototype racer. It ran at Le Mans 24 hours, and it gave Porsche its first wins in 1970 and 71. Then Steve McQueen drove one of those in the movie Le Mans. It was a flat 12, and it's a gorgeous looking car, and it's got white meatballs on the side with the numbers. And so when you look at the watch, the Porsche 917 Salzburg 23 watch, you will see that the 2 and the 3, when you go around the clock face, are a 23 in a white meatball. And as you progress around the clock face and you reach 6, 7, 8, when you get to 9, it's 917 Porsche, and it's written the same way it would have been on the car. So I think it's a pretty cool watch. I like the design features. I think it's not too dressy. I think it's the right amount of dressiness for me. When it comes to unboxing, this was a pretty simple one. You just simply open the box. But getting the box was anything but simple. So the Porsche 917 Salzburg 23 watch was created to commemorate the Porsche 917. They made 1,917 of them for the world. When I went to the Porsche Design website in the US, it cost $650. But I looked around and I found one in Europe that showed up for about $350. So I ordered it from them, from RS Selection. So I ordered it from them, and it was coming from France. I did the tracking number and I watched it, and the website was all in French. And so I watched it traverse the continent, get through customs, make its way across the Midwest of the United States, and eventually it would be sent out for delivery, awaiting my signature, because it needed a signature on arrival. And then one night I logged on to my phone and I saw that it had been signed for and delivered. At least that's what I could make out in French. So I closed the phone, switched to the desktop, pulled it up, and saw, once I translated the page, yes, the watch had been delivered and signed for. But it wasn't delivered to me, and I didn't sign for it. So what happened? Well, I reached out to the company and didn't hear from them for the first day, because there's a lot of time change between France and the middle of the US. So I got up the next morning and I called them. I used my broken French to ask if they spoke English, and they did. It turns out that I had flipped a couple of numbers in my address. I had written 431 instead of 341 as part of my address. And the funny part is, there is no 431. I took the tracking number because they weren't going to have any more info till Tuesday, and I didn't want to let that much time pass. So I thought, well, I'll start calling UPS and DHL and FedEx and see if that tracking number corresponds to anything. When I called UPS, the lady said, that's not one of ours. But she came back and said it is a U.S. Postal Service tracking number. I put that in the Postal Service tracking site, and sure enough, signed for and delivered. And there is no 431, it's a construction site. So who did they deliver it to? The crane operator, the bulldozer guy, and who signed for it? So I called the post office and I laid it out, and they started an investigation. And then the next day, I saw my mailman walking, and I came out to her and I said, you know, maybe you can help me. And I walked her through the situation where the box was signed for but gone. And I didn't tell her I'd started an investigation or anything like that, but I wanted the folks in the local office to know that I was out here and that I was missing a package, and whoever signed for it, that was not cool. So, you know, my watch is magical. Why do I say my watch is magic? Because it went missing, it was gone for 3 days, and it rose from the dead and appeared in my mailbox. So the watch was back. I've never been much of a watch guy, but I've gotten a chance to wear it now once. The Need for Speed Club had a party, a casino night, which was a fundraiser, and I got to wear it. I broke out the leather jacket and a white shirt, put on the new watch, and headed off to the event. And I thought it was fun, and it was great. And wearing the watch is fun because it reminds me of cars, it reminds me of the car I like, but it also reminds me that time is short. And if there's something to do it now. So what do you wear? A lot of car guys are watch guys and have extensive collections. Some have extensive collections of both. Others have just maybe a prized car and a prized watch. So give this video a like and leave a comment about what you're wearing. It turns out that subscribing actually really makes a difference, and that if I get more than 1,000 subscribers, my relationship with YouTube can change. So I would ask you to subscribe and look for the next videos. In fact, you can look for a video of me taking a rented BMW out on the Bonneville Salt Flats. That should be a hell of a thing. And it certainly has some surprise twists in it, and it'll be a short video. So what's not to love?